We are going to start chapter 13, that is let's calculate with uncle's head. Here we have previously done with the decimal fractions. So here we will learn how to add this decimal fractions and how to do this kind of sum. Okay, so let's start. First thing, here we will learn about this decimal kind of addition. So whatever we have, the first thing we need to learn, that is suppose we are writing like this, rupees and paisa. Suppose I have 5 rupees, okay, and 20 paisa. Now in 100 paisa gives 1 rupee. Okay, that's why we can convert this rupee and paisa into 5.20 rupees. So 5 rupees equal to 5 rupees 20 paisa is equal to 5.20 rupees. How? 100 paisa is equal to 1 rupees, then 1 paisa is equal to 1 by 100 rupee, then 20 paisa will be equal to 20 by 100 rupee. Now we will not cancel these zeros, instead of that we will convert into decimal. So 20 we will write 2 zeros, that is 2 places before we will put the decimal. So 0.20 rupee. So 5 rupees we already have, again we are adding 0.20 rupee, so it is becoming 5.20 rupees. Like this we can convert the rupees and paisas. Next, for what we have, this kind of sum we have to first we have this kind of sum where we can write this paisa and rupees in decimal fractions, and this kind of thing we will do. Okay, now if we have a different thing, like if we have 750 paisa, what we will write? 750 paisa, how many rupees and how many paisa, how we will write? So what we do, in 1 rupees we have 100 paisa, right? So like this way only we need to do this one. So 1 rupee we have 100 paisa, so we can write 100 paisa is equal to 1 rupees. So 1 paisa will be is equal to 1 by 100 rupees. So 750 paisa will be 750 by 100 rupees. Just like that, we will not cut this, cancel this one, instead of this we will put like this. So 7.50 rupees, that means 7 rupees and 50 paisa. Like this we have to write the answer, that is 750 paisa is equal to how many rupees and how much paisa. Here we have some of our sum, which is a problem sum. We will try to do those kind of sums also in page number 152. So just remember one thing, whenever we are going from paisa to rupees, we need to divide. Whenever we are going from paisa to rupees we are going, so we need to divide by 100, and whenever we are going from rupees to paisa we need to multiply with 100. Okay, this you need to remember every time you do this kind of sum. So here we have what we have, some problem sum is there already. 1 2 3 4 these are done for you almost. So we are starting from 5. Sania bought a basket of mangoes of rupees 150.50. She went to the market and sold them for rupees 175. How much more did they get by selling it? So this kind of sum you need to do by writing, because these are the problem sums. So we will write that Sania bought mangoes of rupees 150.50. Okay, Now what we have, she went to the market and sold them in 175 rupees. So means the selling price is greater than the cost price or the buying price. The selling price is greater than the buying price. So we cannot just we just know that if this kind of thing has happened, we need the difference. So 175 is greater than 150, so we cannot subtract 175 from 150. We cannot do that. So first we have to write 175 and next we need to do this kind of subtraction. So in the first line we will do that one. Okay. So Sania bought mangoes of rupees. So in the first line we will Sania sold them for rupees 175. Now after decimal there is nothing, because 175 is a whole number, there is no decimal. So we will put decimal 00. For this kind of sum we will add decimal, because after a number if we put a decimal and if after the decimal there is zeros, it will not make any difference. So the amount Sania, or the profit, we can say the profit she made. That means profit means that how much more did he earn. Okay, so we need to subtract. So what we get? Rupees. Now we will start from this 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 5 we cannot do, so we will take as a 10 and this will become 4. So 10 minus 5 is 5 decimal, 4 minus 0 is 4, 7 minus 5 is 2. So what we get? 24.50. So our answer will be can be like this: how much more did they get by selling it? So the answer can be like this: Sania got rupees 24.50 more by selling them. This can be our answer. Number 6 you will do. Number 7 I am doing again. Of a 14.09 meters long bamboo, 4.2 meters is submerged in a clay and 3.01 meter in water. What is the total length of the submerged part? Total length of the submerged part in water and clay. What length of it is above water and clay? Number 7 we have, of a 14.09 meters long bamboo, 4.2 meters is submerged in clay and 3.01 meters in water. What is the total length submerged in water and clay? Okay, so the length of bamboo submerged in clay, 4.2 meters. Okay, I am writing M for meters. The length of bamboo submerged in water, that is 3.01. So here we have to put a 0. Meter. So the total, first they are asking the total length of the bamboo submerged in clay and water, both they are asking, so we need to add. Okay, so this is 0 plus 1, 1, 2 plus 0, 2, decimal 4.37 meter. So this is the first answer. What is the total length submerged in water and clay? What length of it is above water and clay? The total length we know 14.09 of that bamboo. Among this 14.09, 4.2 meters was submerged in clay and 3.01 in water. So total length of bamboo which is in clay and water is 7.21. Sorry. Then what length of it is above water and clay? So here we will again write the total length of the bamboo, the total length of the bamboo which is equal to 14.09. meters. Now the total length of the bamboo submerged in clay and water, that is equal to 7.21 meters. Now what we want? The length of it above the water. The length of bamboo above water and clay. So the total length we know. Now we want to subtract the total amount of length which was submerged in clay and water. We now need to subtract them, and we need to get the length which is above the water and clay. So we need to subtract. So 9 minus 1 we get 8. 0 minus 2, of course it will be 10, and this will become 3. So this will be also 8. Now 13 minus 7 is 6. So our answer will be, two answer will be there. So total length of bamboo in water and clay, that we get 7.21 meters, and the length of bamboo above water and clay, that we get 6.88 meters. Okay, this to the answer. Number 8 you will do. Number 9 type of this sums we have done yesterday. Today only we have done this kind of sum in the first part. Now going to the next portion, let's take 1000 equal square box. This we have done, this kind of thing we have done, that how to make the decimal. Here we will learn, we have already done that 10th and 100th part. Here we will learn the 1000th part. So if we are taking that some number 5 divided by 1000, that is we are taking 5 part of the 1000 equal part. So we will put 5 and we will go back 3 places, 1, 2, 3, and here we will put the decimal. So these 2 places there will be 0. As there is nothing, we cannot keep a place blank, so there we need to put the decimal. I hope this you know. So how to write this one? Just like this we will write 0.005. Okay, just like this we will write. Okay, now if a number is like this, then how we will write? If a number is like this, suppose the number is written like 5213.85. now here they are asking us to write in words. Okay, then or expanding this in place value. The first one they are asking, expanding them to in place value. Sorry, this will be like this only. Okay, so this we know, this is unit 10, 100. Now here after that we have 10th, 100, and this is 1000th. So here we will write th we can write. Okay, so how we will write? This is 200 plus 10 plus 3. Now after decimal what we need to write? 8 by 10, because 10th part, 100 plus means 5 by 100 part and 3 by 1000 part. Okay, just like this we need to write them in, expand them in place value. Now write in their words. So what we will write? That is 200 13.853. just like this we will write. Okay, and this is the form of writing words. In your book there is column is wrong. The first one will be expanding in place value, the second column will be writing in words, where the numbers are written in the writing form. Okay, Now taking a difficult kind of sum means difficult number we are taking, not difficult sum. Suppose the number is like this. It is almost same as your book number I am taking. So expanding in place value, unit, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. This will be 10th place, 100th place, 1000th place. Okay. Now we are writing 1000, 10,000. So 4 zeros will be there. 4,170 plus 9 plus 7 by 10 plus 8 by 100 plus 6 by 1000. Just like this. This is same as that we have done in the previous sum, because there was only 100 till 100 we need to do. Here we will do till 1000. Again we need to do this kind of, we will take this kind of sum and we will convert them into proper, improper or mixed fraction. If a fraction is improper, then we will convert them to mixed fraction also. So here we have some of the sums. Here we have like this only. Suppose the thing is, suppose the number is like this, 2553, and the number is written as this 1000. So we know in decimal this number will be 2553. 3 places before we need to put the decimal, 1, 2, 3. So the number will be like this. So this fraction is of course an improper fraction, because the denominator is less than the numerator. So of course this is improper fraction, and we can convert them into, we can convert them into mixed fraction. How we will convert them into mixed fractions? For that we need to do the division. To convert them we need to do the division here. So what we get, we will put 2, so we will get 2000, subtracting we get 553. So what we get, the quotient we will write here, 553 we will write in the numerator and 1000 will be in the denominator. So this fraction, which is an improper fraction, the decimal fraction is like this and the mixed fraction is like this only. Okay, like this we need to do this kind of sum. So if only the mixed fraction is given and we need to find out the decimal and the improper fraction, that is also very much easy. If taking from your book only 123, 23 by 1000, so how we will do? We will know, we will convert this as, we will write this as this and take the LCM as 1000. So there is nothing 1, so 123 into 1000 we need to do, and then 23. So 123 into 1000, this become this, plus 23 by 1000. So what we get, 123,023 by 1000. Now this is improper fraction. What we get, again we need to do the go to the decimal. So 2 places before, 3 places before we will put the decimal. So 123.023. This will be our answer. This is quite easy, and I don't think there will be any kind of difficulty with this kind of thing. Now next there is another problem sums, where we need to do sums with kilogram and those kind of thing. Here already the sums are given, only you need to put the values. So I am doing number 4 and number 4 from page number 158, and another 159. From 159 I will do another sum. So first thing we are doing, that is 154, page number 158, sorry, page number 158 we will do problem number 4, where we have, there is 2.783 there is 2.783 liters of water in the container at home. Water from 3 1-liter bottles was poured into the container. How many liters of water are there in the container now? So in the container there was already 2.783 liters of water. So this is number 4, page number 154, 158. So already we have in the container amount of water is already is there, 2.783 liters. Now how much water we poured? 1 liter bottles, 3 1 liters bottle. Okay, 3 1 liters bottle. Now 1 liter bottle, 3 bottles we have. So 1 liter, 1 liter, 1 liter, or 3 into 1 liter, what we get? 3 liters. So amount of water added from 3 1 liter bottles, that will be 3 into 1 liter, that is 3 liter. There is nothing, so we will put 0. Now they are asking that how many liters of water are there now. So now the total amount of water in the container, they are asking this only, means we need to add. Total means we need to add. So this will be our answer. So answer will be now in the container we have 5.783 liters of water. Now going to page number 159 where we have two sums. We are doing number 3, which is little difficult, I think. Nafisa was gone to the market to sell 2 baskets of full of mangoes. In the first bucket there are 15.825 kg mangoes, and in the second basket there are 18.387 kg mangoes. At the end of the day she found 2.178 kg mangoes in the first basket, 5.188 kg mangoes in the second basket. How many kilograms of mango did she sell in total? So this is quite a difficult note. I think you need to just be careful when you are doing this kind of sum. Nafisa has gone to market to sell mango, the first basket. In the first basket, so first basket we will do the first basket amount of mangoes. So amount of mangoes was 15.825 kg. Okay, now at the end of the day she found only 2.178 kg of mango is the first basket. So the rest of the mangoes are sold. So again in the first basket, mangoes left means those which was not sold, 2.178 kg. So in the first bracket, mangoes sold, that is we need to subtract. So taking it as 50, so this will be 1, 15 minus 8, so this will be 7. Now 1 minus 7 is not possible, again I am taking this as 7 and this is as 11. So 11 minus 7 is 4, 7 minus 1 is 6, 5 minus 2 is 3, and this will be. So from the first basket, Nafisa sold this amount of mangoes, as same as second basket. In the second basket, amount of mangoes what will be the amount of mangoes there? 18.387 kg. Again in the second basket, mangoes left is 5.188 kg. So in the second basket, mangoes sold. Subtracting, this will be 17, so this becomes 7. 17, this is 9, again this will be 2, this will be again this will be 9, 1, 3, so this will be 13.199 kg. Now how many kilograms of mangoes did she sell in total? So the amount of mangoes, this will be U, of mangoes sold by are in total. That means this plus this, 13.647 plus 13.199. You need to add them and get the answer. Okay. $26.846. So this is the answer. That is how many kilograms of mangoes did she sell in total. This will be the answer, that in total she sold this amount of mangoes. Okay. Now going this, and the last part what we have, that is we are dividing some number with 10. What we are getting, this we have already done. This we have done in the previous chapter only, when we are doing that kind of thing. So I don't think this will be necessary to do again. So whenever we are converting from paisa to rupees, you need to remember that we are dividing by 100, and whenever we are going from rupees to paisa, we need to multiply with 100. So this is the difference. So you need to complete all the sums from this chapter, and you need to get back to me after that. Thank you.